Welcome to senior night here at the Perry Athletic Complex. We have two seniors that we'd like to recognize and their families at this moment. Our first senior, Tina Kanealy, daughter of Kent and Michelle Kanealy. Tina's senior year activities: golf, softball, National Honor Society, Battle of the Books.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything.
Christina's future plans: attend Buena Vista University, studying biomedical sciences. Also, just a side note, Tina will be getting a $250 scholarship from PGSA for playing softball from T-ball until she started high school. Congratulations. Our second senior is Taryn Nehring. Taryn's the daughter of Paige and Dane Scheib and Jayette and Haley Nehring. Taryn's senior year activities: cross country, basketball, track, soccer, softball, and National Honor Society. Her future plans: attend Grandview University to study criminal justice and run track and cross country.
Is there not like a master one? Are they all each their own individual? Okay, go ahead and just flip that KDLS one off real fast. Honestly, do it to all of them, except for the Yawks. Leave the Yawks up.
And now the senior moms are throwing out the first pitch. Did they do the meeting already? Oh, they did?
And then I'll try and reconnect. Just let me know when you put it back in.
Is this Hesse?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I'm going to say. So I'm in the middle of a 2.5-minute interview, and then I have 2 minutes of commercials, so we're about 4 minutes out. It disconnected the phone since we shut that off, so I'm trying to reconnect the phone now. Might still take a little while.
Are you ready for starting lineups or not?
It's not liking it right now, so.
Once again, good evening and welcome to the Perry Athletic Complex for tonight's game between the South Hamilton Hawks and the Perry Jayettes. Sportsmanship is simple. Treat others how you want to be treated. Respect the game and everyone participating. Education-based athletics is more than winning. It's about development, equity, and character. Be responsible, be respectful, be positive. Tonight's officials, as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, are Corey Meyer and Roger Taps. Now let's meet the starters for tonight's game. First, the visitors from South Hamilton. Leading off at third base, number 24, Adeline Trask. Second base, number 9, Sydney Flaw. Pitcher, number 7, Jillian Hesty. Left field, number 4, Emma Lammers. Shortstop, number 13, Lily Ammerman. First base, number 23, Claire Hewitt. Catcher, number 16, Emma Ammerman. Center field, number 22, Allie Newberger. Designated player, number 8, Stella Martinson. Right field, flex player, number 31, Ava Corbin. And now the starters for your Perry Jayettes. Leading off, in center field, number 9, Kate Erickson. In right field, number 8, Aiden Erickson. Your catcher, number 13, Karagyn Whelchel. In left field, number 1, Taryn Nehring. Shortstop, number 5, Karagyn Whelchel.
Yes. No, I didn't.
Your pitcher, number 4, Tina Kanealy. At first base, number 10, Kate Schuttler. Designated player, number 12, Lily Hollingsworth. Second base, number 2, Harper Peterson. At third base, flex player, number 6, Addie Perks.
I almost forgot.
Will you please rise, remove your headwear for the playing of our national anthem. Leading off the game for the Hawks, number 24, Madeline Trask.
Emma Ehrman, the catcher behind the plate, batting 7th. Allie Newbarger, the center fielder, and batting 8th. And Ava Corbin playing right field, but she's being hit for by Stella Martinson. First pitch bounces before the plate for the senior Tina Kanealy. Celebrated before the start of tonight's contest for senior night. She falls behind in the count 1-0 to the right-handed hitter, Trask. Second pitch, Trask has to duck out of the way of it, and it's 2-0. Maybe a little bit too amped up to begin this contest for the Jayette right-hander. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. It's going to be just low, 3-0, falling behind in the count to the leadoff hitter, something you never want to do. Trask hitting 318 on the year. She's got a pretty good on-base percentage, too, and she's in a good chance to reach base here. She'll take the 3-1 pitch right down the middle for a strike. It's now 3-1. Trask looks down at her third base coach, head coach Josh Gorman, giving directions there as Kanealy gets back on the rubber and swinging through this one is Trask, and it's now 3-2. From 3-0 to 3-2, Kanealy right back in this count. Hasn't walked too many batters this year, 21 on the season in 78 2/3 innings. She comes home with this hit, and she gets Trask looking. So that's going to be the first out of the game, strikeout looking.
Now batting number 9, Cindy Flaw.
So one down, and Flaw will step in, another right-handed hitter for South Hamilton. Here comes the first pitch of the AB. It's taken low for a ball, 1-0. Mentioned not too many walks this year for Kanealy. She's not known for striking out batters either. She entered tonight's contest with 28. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fly ball popped out of play down the third base line, and that will be strike 1. And even up the count at 1-1.
For those of you watching and couldn't see that miss.
Jayette fans showing up to celebrate the 2 seniors on the roster.
An old
Tina
woman
Kanealy
by
and
like
our
less than a
starting
foot
left fielder,
in the
Taryn
head.
Nehring.
Just missed her. Thank goodness.
Nehring coming off a game on Wednesday where she had 2 RBIs. She's tied for the team high with 9. As Kanealy ready to rock and fire, the 1-1 pitch, showing bunt, gets it down,
Right to her.
fielding it cleanly. Kanealy, she fires the Schuttler at first, and that's our second out.
Now batting number 7,
One for
Jaylyn
the out
Robb.
if you're keeping track of the book at home. 2 up, 2 down. That brings in Jill Hesse. She'll look to help out her own cause. This sophomore right-handed hitter gets into the box. South Hamilton with the maroon tops today with gray bottoms as he swings through the first one for a strike. Across their chest it says Hawks and white font. Carrying the all blacks, tops and bottoms. Kanealy comes home with the 0-1, chasing one outside. It's now 0-2. Blue accent across the chest and numbers for Perry. Kanealy looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Slight breeze blowing from right field to left field. This one's going to be just low, and it's 1-2. Good pitcher's pitch when you're ahead in the count. You can have a couple of pitches to play with, and Kanealy does that right there. Hesse hitting 319, and she'll see makes quick work of the Hawks in
The first inning,
After
South
no
Hamilton
hits,
0,
no
Perry
runners
0.
left on base, still no score. We go to the bottom of the first.
Leading off the bottom of the first inning for the Jayettes, number 9, Kate Erickson.
A right-handed hitter gets into the box, showing bunt. First pitch coming home, dropping down the bunt is Erickson, coming up the field. This one is Trask, and she's just going to beat Erickson by a step. So the freshman coming in and making a play, 1 pitch, 1 out. And Hesse's a big fan of that one.
Now batting number 8,
Helps her out.
Aiden Erickson.
5-3 on the putout, and we'll see Aiden Erickson step in. Aiden having a strong junior campaign with 6 RBIs. She takes the first pitch here, and Hesse catches the outside corner. It's 0-1. Playing in front of the bag is Trask at third base, as Hesse will rock and fire. Swinging at it, fouling it straight back is Aiden. Lamers, Newberger, and Corbin left to right in the outfield. Left side of the infield, Trask and Lily Ammerman. Right side, Flo and Hewitt. Behind the plate is Emma Merriman. And in the circle, Hesse. She'll rock and fire with the 0-2. It's outside. It's now 1-2. As the right-handed hitter, Aiden Erickson, gets back into the batter's box. Here comes the pitch from Hesse. It is high. Call the ball. She's gearing up for another winter wrestling season. Just had a chance to catch up with TJ Malum earlier this week, and he's excited to see what Aiden will do in her Swan Song senior campaign next year. She takes this pitch high for a ball, and now she inches closer into a full count and a great hitter's count nonetheless. Be patient here, foul off anything close. If it's way outside or somewhere, take it for a ball. Hesse comes home with a full count pitch, and Erickson swings through it, and Aiden goes back to this bench on the strikeout.
Now batting number 13, Karagyn Whelchel.
Karagyn Whelchel will come in, leading the squad, second on the team with a .412 average. Tied for third with 6 RBIs. First pitch swinging, fly ball out towards right field, and this one's going to be out of the reach of Corbin in foul territory, and that will be strike 1. Pounding the count early. 0-1. Trask playing in front of the bag at third base. As Hesse rocks and fires. Catches the outside corner. So Hesse's done a good job of painting that corner. A couple of things to think about. Playing deep out in left field is Lamers. 0-2 pitch in the dirt, 1-2. As Karagyn able to take that one for a ball. Center fielder Newberger playing straight up. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Good whip that time by Karagyn, and she fouls it straight back. Taryn Nehring standing on deck. Having some good ABs earlier this week. Drove in 2 runs in that Nevada win. Comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung at, and it's going to hit Karagyn while she's still in the batter's box. It'll be another foul ball, and she'll stay alive. Still playing in front of the bag is Trask. As Hesse looking to retire the Jayette side here. Comes home with the pitch. Fly ball out towards left field. This one drops and it rolls all the way to the wall. Karagyn's going to end up at second base. And that's her 4th double of the season. And she has a team high 4 doubles. Now in scoring position with Taryn Nehring coming to the batter's
Now
box.
batting number 1, Taryn Nehring.
Nehring wrapping up her softball season here.
Ellie
her
Hughes running.
last athletic event for
Courtesy
the
runner number
Jayette.
7, Ellie Hughes.
And she'll be off to Grandview next year, where she'll be a part of the track team. Ellie Hughes is going to come in and be the courtesy runner for the Perry catcher. Be a great time for RBI number 10 for Taryn Nehring. Here comes the first pitch from Hesse. It's low, call the ball, 1-0. Good take that time by the Perry left fielder. 1-0 pitch. Low once again, 2-0. Another dangerous bat on deck with Karagyn Whelchel. She's got an average of 342. And the 2-0 pitch to Taryn, taking low and in the dirt. It's 3-0. Maybe the old unintentional, intentional walk here, as Nehring has not gotten a good pitch to take a whack at. We'll see if her head coach, Em Olenzad, gives her the green light. With a runner in scoring position, they're playing deep in left field. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. It is taken. Catches the outside corner, out 3-1. The Blue Jays are also in action tonight. First pitch scheduled for South Hamilton and Perry about 7:30 over at Progressive Field. And Darren will take this one outside for a ball. That's going to put runners on first and second and bring Karagyn Whelchel to the box.
Now batting number 5, Karagyn Whelchel.
Perry shortstop has 9 RBIs on the season. She's tied with Taryn for the team lead. Base hit here could give her the lead all by herself. First pitch from Hesse. Catches the outside corner. Called a strike. 0-1.
Come on, live stream.
Dropped an off-speed pitch in there for a strike that time. Bag is Trask. Playing behind the bag is Hewitt over at first. Allie takes this one. It's going to be just outside. Evens things up at 1-1. Center fielder playing deep. That's Newberger. See if Callie can just hit something right back up the middle. Where it comes from. 1-1 pitch. She swings through this one. Good cut, but it's going to catch up to it. It's now 1-2. As the sophomore pitcher Hesse is 1 strike away from getting out of this one without a damage. Here comes the right-handed pitcher home. Swung gap, put in play. Foul territory. It's going to be caught by Hewitt. And that's
At the end of 1 inning,
rally by
South
the
Hamilton
Jayettes.
0,
After one
Perry
hit,
0.
2 runners left on base. Still no score. We go to the top of the second.
Leading off the second inning for South Hamilton, number 4, Emma
We go
Lammers.
to the second. Thanks for joining us for Perry Jayettes softball. As Kanealy comes home with this one, she faces the 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup. Emma Lammers stepping in. The left fielder for the Hawks. Kanealy comes home with this one. It is outside for a ball. See if Kanealy can get it back and find the strike zone here. So rock and fire. Took something off of that one, but it stayed too high. Count moves to 2-1. Just a freshman is Lammers for the Hawks.
streaming problems.
267.
The last 2 have been just fine.
2-1 pitch, popped up straight back out of play, and it will now move to 2-2.
I thought finally you were going to get one.
No.
It was close.
Playing in front of
No,
the
you
back,
want
got
this to get hit
front
more
base.
than you want me to catch it.
Want that to get hit your glasses and then cut your
Just playing
nose.
defense tonight. That's
Very nice of
is
you.
hitting for her. Here comes the
Nope.
2-2.
I went all on the live
Pitch
stream.
high, now
They can't even see it.
3-2.
Well, they'd see the camera getting
See
hit.
the blood.
Kanealy went 1, 2,
Blood
3 in
wouldn't
the
go
first
that way.
inning. She struck out 2 batters.
Yeah, or not.
She hit
She's
a
falling behind the
artery.
count here. The Lammers, and she'll surrender a leadoff walk as the pitch was inside.
Now batting
Leadoff
number
walks score
13,
about
Lily
80%
Hollingsworth.
of the time, so the Jayettes will be in an uphill battle here. Not allow that to happen. Stepping in will be Lily Hammerman, the shortstop. Showing bunt. First pitch by Kanealy. They get the bunt down. It's to Peterson at second. She fields it, fires the first, and Schuttler can't make the grab. And that's going to put runners on the corners after
Is that
the
Kate?
error.
Is that the throw?
I don't know.
Dirt. E3.
23?
On Schuttler there.
Now batting number 23, Claire Hewitt.
And Claire Hewitt, the first baseman, gonna step in with runners on the corners and no outs, so a
Unless it
walk
was
and an
that side of
error.
her.
And Southampton's
I
in
couldn't really
business.
tell.
First pitch to Hewitt, taken off and stealing will be Ammerman. So now has 2 runners in scoring position. Aiden playing relatively shallow in right field. Here comes the pitch from Kanealy, crosses the heart of the plate, and she finds a strike. Perks and Schuttler playing in on the corners. Peterson playing relatively deep at second base. This one ends up in the right-handed batter's box for a ball. It's now 2-1. Kanealy needs to find the strike zone here. Runners on second and third. She comes home. Off-speed pitch, fly ball out to Kate Erickson in center field. She tracks this one down, makes the grab, fires this one towards home plate. And it's going to be cut off by Schuttler, and our first run of the game comes in on a sac fly by Hewitt.
Who's up?
So without a single hit, South Hamilton has the first run of the game.
Now batting number 16, Emma Ammerman.
Ammerman stepping in, the freshman backstop. You got a runner on second. Kanealy rocks and fires, showing bunt, and this one's going to be down the third baseline, rolling foul for strike one. Emma having a good freshman campaign, hitting .321. That's one of the top averages for the Hawks. Still got her batting towards the bottom of the lineup, though. Here comes the pitch, swung through, and Kanealy gets ahead 0-2. Got Emma to chase that one. Trying to pick up the second out of this inning, not allow any more damage. The leadoff walk has already came in to score. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, chasing one outside is Emma, and that's going to be the first strikeout of the game. So Kanealy's got that pitch working tonight. Her season high is only 5 strikeouts. She's done that a couple of different times this season.
22?
Yeah.
Now batting number 22, Ellie Newberger.
Strikeout cancer night against Madrid last Thursday. Stepping in is the center fielder.
Call it.
First pitch, popped up. Coming in to make the play is Taryn Nehring, and that will end the cause. So no hits
Middle of
in
the
the
second
inning.
inning.
One runner left
South
on base.
Hamilton
One
won,
run
Paige
does come
0.
in to score thanks to an error. South Hamilton takes a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the second. Here, the bottom of the order.
Leading out the bottom of the second inning for the Jayettes, number 4,
Step
Tina
in,
Kanealy.
right-handed swinger. Out for her second inning of work is Hesse. Here comes the first pitch. Ground ball towards third. Trask is up for the task as she fields it cleanly over to first base, and one hit, one out.
Now batting number 10, Kate Schuttler.
Kate Schuttler will be stepping in. Batting .345 on the year, having a really strong 8th grade campaign. 10 singles so far. Here comes the first pitch from Hess. It's taken. Catches the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Looked to be a good pitch to hit. As the Perry first baseman falls behind in the count. Here comes the 0-1 pitch outside for a ball. They'll even things up at 1-1. Trask playing even with the bag at third. She's been tested a couple of times tonight already. Pitch high for a ball. It's 2-1. Schuttler hasn't taken the bat off her shoulder yet. Wind has died down a little bit here in Perry. 2-1, make it 3-1. Pitch in the left-handed batter's box, an easy take there for Schuttler. And she's in danger of drawing a walk with one out. So Schuttler gets back in the batter's box, up in the count, 3-1. Hesse comes home. This one's not even close, and that's going to be a walk to the Perry first baseman.
Lily?
Yeah.
Now batting number 12, Lily Hollingsworth.
Lily Hollingsworth stepping in. She's the designated player, so she's just going to be hitting tonight for Addie Perks, the third baseman. Right-handed hitter. Hollingsworth steps in, takes the first pitch, catches the outside corner. It's 0-1. Batting .125 so far this season is Hollingsworth. Here comes the pitch. It's in the left-handed batter's box, taken for a ball. It's 1-1. Schuttler trying to get a big secondary over there at first base in case the ball gets by Emma Ammerman. Pitch high for a ball. So a great hitters count here for Hollingsworth. Seen a couple of balls, only one strike. Hesse taking her time, getting back in the circle on the rubber. She'll rock and fire. Hollingsworth swings through this one for a strike. Hollingsworth looking down at her third base coach. First year coach for head coaching purposes for Emma Olenzak. Has the club with 5 wins. Hollingsworth takes this one high for a ball, and it's now a full count, 3-2. Danger back-to-back walks for Hesse. The sophomore right-hander ready to come home to Hollingsworth. Pitch, swung back, straight back.
That was really
down the
close.
plate, and Hollingsworth will stay alive here. Hesse has started 13 contest. As here comes the pitch from Hesse. This one's high for a ball, and it's back-to-back walks. And Harper Peterson will step in.
Now batting number 2, Harper Peterson.
First and second. Hesse has given up 99 runs on the year, 57 of which have been earned. Her ERA is 7.30. 36 walks and 54 innings coming into tonight. Peterson stepping in, the 9th place hitter in the Jayettes lineup. Be huge if she could come up with a base knock here. She's showing, but she'll have a little foul down the third base line, and that will be strike 1. Peterson hitting 107 this season. Definitely like to see that average grow the next couple of weeks before we get to postseason play. Hard to believe less than 2 weeks away from that regional matchup. Showing bunt is Peterson, and she bunt through this one for a strike. It's now 0-2. It was a little high that time, and she wasn't able to
She went.
She pulled back.
Apparently not
get
fast
it
enough.
down.
He said she swung.
Count is 0-2 to Peterson. And she'll swing at this one. And she'll go back to the dugout. And that's the second strikeout of
Now
the
batting
game
number 9, Kate
by
Erickson.
Hesse. He has been a strikeout pitcher, more than 1 strikeout an inning. And through the first 2 innings, she's already got 2 strikeouts. Kate Erickson back to the top of the order. Kate showing bunt, takes this pitch high for a ball. It's 1-0. Kate leads this club with a .447 average. Showing bunt here. Has batted leadoff for most of the season in the 2 spot on occasion. Here comes the pitch.
Once in.
She'll swing at this one. It's a flare and it drops.
Okay.
And they're going to send the runner in. Schuttler
Safe.
slides in.
Safe.
And with that, the Jayettes have tied this game up. A little flare over the first baseman's head that somehow
Now
stayed
batting
fair.
number 8, Aiden Erickson.
Now, Hollingsworth was still standing at first base. She should have been off on contact with there being 2 outs. They nearly had an opportunity to throw her out at second base. Instead, they threw it home. And Schuttler, with those long legs, was able to slide in under the tag and tie this one up at 1. Aiden steps in. She's swinging at the first pitch, and it's popped up to Hesse.
At the end of
Makes
2
the
innings,
play.
South Hamilton 1, Perry
run,
1.
thanks to a hit. They leave 2 runners on base.
Leading off the top of the 3rd inning for South Hamilton, number 8, Stella Martinson.
Top of the 3rd, 1-1.
Martin.
As Perry just tied things up thanks to an RBI single by Kate Erickson. Stepping in, the designated player, Stella Martinson. First pitch swinging. She chases a high one from Kanealy. On deck is Trask. We'll see Flaw if anybody can reach Hesse. Martinson, the right-handed swinger. Here comes the second pitch from Kanealy. Outside for a ball. No, the umpire gives it to her. It's
Really
now
close.
0-2. Keep painting it right there. You're going to be successful if you're one of these starting pitchers. 0-2 pitch. Outside for a ball. 1-2. Don't blame Kanealy there for seeing how far the umpire will give her on that corner. Or even get Martinson to chase something like that. 1-2 outside for a ball. Now 2-2. After throwing back-to-back balls, you got to get back into that attack zone. Thing to do is run this down full and have a chance to walk the leadoff hitter. Here comes the pitch. It's on for a ball. Now 3-2. So from 0-2 to 3-2. Stella Martinson getting back into this count. She's the designated player hitting toward the right fielder, Ava Corbin. Here comes the 3-2, swinging foul ball down the first baseline, just foul. And we'll do it again. Martinson just hitting 160 this year. A really young club, just one starting senior for South Hamilton. 3-2 pitch from Kanealy. Down the ball towards Perks at third. She's going to let this one
Pick it up, pick it up.
foul as it takes a left turn and gets in the foul territory.
Totally gonna roll back.
Would have been a difficult play there for Perks to charge that one hard and then make a play. So she took the gamble on it rolling foul, and it did just that. Jayette's back in action on Monday, where they hit the road to take on Grandview Christian, new member of the Heart of Iowa Conference. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Line drive sent to second. Peterson loves it, fires it. And he gets the play for out number one. Say new to the conference, but they've been able to compete in every sport so far, getting ready for year number 2 of Grandview Christian in the Heart of Iowa.
Now batting number 24, Adeline Trask.
And in not this upcoming school year, but the next school year, Woodward Granger will call the Heart of Iowa home, and we'll be up to 10 conference teams. First pitch from Kanealy, called a strike as Trask falls behind in the count 0-1.
That'll be the best drive ever.
And the 0-1 pitch, swung through by Trask. She's now behind in the count 0-2, and Danger striking out for the second.
You good for track and have the best of it.
I know a lot of Perry
You're like, I couldn't
fans
walk there.
Looking
Ride
forward to
my
Woodward
bike
Granger
there.
joining the conference, getting a 15-minute drive at it for most sports. That'll be fun. And Trask wins at this one. Lazy pop fly to the short
Now batting number 9,
as Callie Whelchel makes
Sydney
the
Claw.
play for out number 2. And we're seeing Woodward Granger, the school district, grow, so they expect to be middle of the pack size in the Heart of Iowa Conference within the next decade. First pitch swinging is low, and she's behind in the count 0-1 as she fouls this one back. Right now, if Woodward Granger joined the conference, they would be the 9th smallest. Only Grandview Christian has a smaller enrollment than them right now. Swinging through this one, 0-2 now.
They've got
As
6'7"
Kanealy will look to
kids.
finish the inning here as she gets ahead in the count 0-2 with 2 outs to the second baseman of the Hawks.
5 athletic kids.
Paige checks up on the promoted spots, and she'll take this one outside for a ball. 1-2. Choking up on the bat, getting in front of the box. Kanealy comes home with this one. This one bounces. And it's going to move the count to 2-2. So from 0-2 to 2-2. We've seen that pretty often.
We're like the biggest, aren't we?
Doing a great job of getting ahead in the count, but not necessarily being efficient with putting batters away. And as I say, that's slow to chase the fastball high.
to the middle of the 3rd inning. South Hamilton 1, Perry 1.
1-1 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. After she's hoping to win this one in 4
Now
innings.
batting,
And the offense show
number
up,
13,
and it's slow.
Karagyn
We haven't
Whelchel.
seen that so far tonight. We've only gotten one big hit from Kate Erickson to drive in a run. Jayette have done a good job of getting runners on base both innings as Karagyn takes the first pitch for a strike. And she falls behind in the count 0-1. Doubled with 2 outs in our first inning. She'll take this pitch outside for a ball, and that will even things up at 1-1. Wind starting to pick up once again, going from right field to left field. Hesse, 3rd inning of work, rocks and fires. This pitch
half a
high
breeze
for a
right there.
ball. It's now 2-1. Karagyn came into tonight's game hitting .412. That's second on this club.
See, they're happy they can do that now because they got yelled at last time versus South Hamilton.
Ground ball right back up the middle. And that will meet Karagyn Whelchel 2 for 2 in this game. A double and now a single. And that's a leadoff base runner for Perry.
She's at one runner.
See if we'll get a
Now
courtesy runner
batting,
for the
number
catcher.
1, Taryn Nehring.
Maybe when she gets to second base, it's looking like the indication.
Honestly, only umpire that's ever
What's that?
this whole year has ever enforced it.
Nehring stepping in.
he
She
didn't do
walked
it
it
for
on
them.
first
That's what we
pitch.
were mad
First
about.
pitch from Hesse. Outside for a ball. 1-0. Nehring honored before this contest as we are celebrating senior night tonight. Small senior class for the Jayettes of just 2. Hesse's pitch. Catches the bottom part of his zone, and that will even things up at 1-1. Last year we saw a large senior class for Perry, 6 seniors. This year, just 2. Hesse's 1-1. Taken right down the middle, and Nehring falls behind in the count 1-2. It'll be a good pitch to try to attack there. Nehring gets to take the bat off her shoulders in this AB. Hesse's pitch, way outside for a ball, now 2-2. Karagyn trying to get a big secondary lead there in case the ball gets by the catcher, Emma Ammerman. 2-2 pitch from Hesse, swung at, and Nehring fouls it back. Good cut that time by the Perry left fielder. Playing even with the bag is Trask at third. We've seen her make a couple of plays already in this game. Nehring swings at this one.
I'm gonna hit this one.
Made it
That field.
outside.
Now batting, number 5,
Strikeout,
Callie
first out of
Whelchel.
this inning. We'll see Callie Whelchel step in. She popped up to first base, the first AB for herself. The right-handed hitter gets comfortable in the box. Hesse throws this one, and it catches the top outside corner, and it's now 0-1. Hesse ready to rock and fire. This pitch low for a ball. It's now 1-1. Now we're getting 342. Played most of the season at shortstop for the Jayettes. Here comes the pitch. Outside for a ball. Now 2-1. Good hitters count now for the sophomore. 2-1 pitch from Hesse. She rocks and fires. This one catches the outside corner. It's now evened up at 2-2. 1-1 as we play in the bottom of the third inning. And this Heart of Iowa Conference matchup. Here comes the pitch from Hesse. Swung at. And this one's going to be out of play down the right field line. And we'll do 2-2 once again.
It's the first game in here. Toward out.
Callie has 9 RBIs on the year. It'll take something
Yeah, I hear him.
to bring in Karagyn standing
Maybe
at
owns
first
that.
base. This one outside for a ball. It's
Maybe
now
double blue
3-2.
showing.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 2 years ago?
Yeah.
In other news,
Oh, I
Perry
wrote that.
on the baseball side trailing 3-0.
job.
And Callie sends a fly
Yes.
out towards right field. This one's going to drop in front of Corbin. And we're going to have runners on first and second after Callie Whelchel singles to right field.
Tina?
Yes.
We just wrapped up the top of the first inning.
Now batting
Over
number
at
4,
Preston
Tina
Field,
Kanealy.
and the Blue Jays are trailing 3-0 at Southampton. So they got an uphill battle tonight as they look for their 4th win of the
There's 1-1
season.
game, let's get that.
Tina Kanealy stepping in. She grounded out to third, her first
Who's where?
AB.
California.
Oh, yeah.
And she'll take this first pitch low for a ball. 1-0. The second senior on this Perry
Like
roster.
Florida.
Trying to
like
help
Florida.
herself out. could give
Well, I've never been
herself
to
the
California,
lead.
so I don't really
1-0
know the difference.
pitch,
But
taken, and it catches the bottom part of the zone. It is 1-1.
I do know that they charge tax on tax for tourists. Like there's a tourist fee and there's a tax on the tourist fee.
Hitter.
I saw that on Facebook
Not
and I was
sure
like,
if
why
she
would you
missed
ever
the
want to go
sign
to
here or
California?
What this
Waste
communication
more
is
money
about.
on the taxes than the whole
I've been to
entire.
San Francisco. It's really nice.
Baseman is
It's
playing even
85. It's
further
like
in.
82 and sunny every single day. In the
Karagyn
spring.
on second, Callie
Mom
on
went to
first.
see her friends,
After back-to-back
how many years
singles.
ago?
Showing Buena Vista University. She gets
Oh,
it
she
right
ran
down.
past.
Fielding it is Hesse, fires the first base, and they'll get her. So the sacrifice bunt works as planned for the Jayettes.
Now batting number 10, Kate Schuttler.
Kate
Looks like
Schuttler will
Kate
be
Erickson.
stepping in. She walked in the second inning. Ended up scoring the lone Jayette run in this one. First pitch from Hesse, taken low for a ball, 1-0. If Schuttler could find the grass here, Perry could take the lead and score a couple of runs. 2 outs in the inning, runners on third and second. Hesse comes home. Schuttler swings at it,
Get
fly
down.
ball up
That's
towards
it.
center
Yeah.
field. Comment is, it drops in front of her, and Schuttler drives into with the base knock, and the Jayettes have their first lead of the inning. Single and 2 RBIs
Put in
for
play.
the 8th grader Schuttler.
Now batting number 12, Lily Hollingsworth.
So the sacrifice punt by Kanealy gets 2 runners in scoring position, and Schuttler's able to bring them both in. Hollingsworth takes this pitch low and in the dirt, and Schuttler's going to end up at second base after the wild pitch. So now a base knock from Hollingsworth could extend this Jayette's lead. 3 hits already in the inning. Head in the count, 1-0 is Hollingsworth. Swinging through this one, 1-1. Looks like Hesse took a little something off of that one. Grass playing in front of the bag at third with 2 outs. Schuttler standing on second. Hollingsworth swings at this one for third play. Ground ball up the middle. It gets to center field. They're waving in Schuttler, and she'll come in the score. And the Jayettes are up 4-1 after a Hollingsworth single. Good job of hitting it just where they are. Just sent it right back up the middle.
Now batting number 2, Harper Peterson.
So 4 singles in this inning for Perry.
Kate Schuttler, second round.
Oh, she left early.
Peterson stepping in. She takes the first pitch low for a ball. It's 1-0. Peterson struck out in the second inning. Looking to keep this 2-out rally going. 1-0 pitch, taken for a strike. 1-1. Hollingsworth standing on first base after the single that drove in Schuttler. Pitch in the dirt, and Hollingsworth is going to take off for second base and get in there. Now a base hit by Peterson could give her an RBI. And continue to extend this Jayette lead.
I know they don't know, but in middle school they're like, she stole a base. I'm like, no, she
Three
didn't.
piece.
Pass
In our
ball.
third inning,
Nope,
has
or
Perry
wild
up
pitch,
4-1.
whatever it was.
Hesse's pitch. Swung at by Peterson, popped up into foul territory, and the first baseman
At the end of
gets over
3
to make the
innings,
play, and that will end
South
the inning.
Hamilton
But
1,
not until
Perry
Perry
4.
brings 3 runs across the plate, thanks to 4 hits. They'll leave 1 on base. Perry leads 4-1 as we go to the 4th here on Marathon Valley Radio Sports Network.
Julianne Hesse?
Yep.
Leading off the 4th inning, number 7,
4-1,
Julian
Perry
Hesse.
leads South Hamilton as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Hesse, Lamers, and Lily Hammerman. First pitch swinging is Hesse, and she falls behind in the count 0-1. Hesse looking to help out her own cause. Lead-off batter to start our 4th inning. Right-handed hitter gets back in the box. Check swing that time. Ground ball to Kanealy. Off her glove. She grabs it barehanded, and they're going to get Hesse by just a half a step. Near disaster there as that ball rolled into Kanealy's glove and right out of it. Then she barehanded it.
Now batting number 4, Emma Lamers.
Lamer stepping in, the left fielder walk and score a run in our second inning. First pitch from Kanealy. Fly ball out of play. As the Perry right-hander gets ahead in the count 0-1.
Is it kid with an orange shirt?
Lamer's hitting 267 this year.
My Buena Vista.
Parks playing in front of the bank at third.
Oh,
Popped up once again. This one might be in play. No, it's going to go over the Perry dugout down the third base line. And Kanealy gets ahead in the count 0-2. Kanealy has struck out 3 batters so far in this game. Expect that make it 4.
5 in Nevada, the first 2 innings. And then they started hitting
First
him.
pitch, swung gap, fly ball out towards Nehring in
Got
left
it.
field. Trail hustling over into the gap and makes the play for out number 2. We'll see the shortstop step in for
Lily Hollingsworth. 13.
the Hawks.
Now batting number 13, Lily Hollingsworth.
She reached on an error by the Perry first baseman
Oh,
last
that's
time.
close.
Kanealy left this pitch up, and Aaron has to duck out of the way. It's 1-0. Kanealy working back on the rubber. Fires on this one. Pitches it low and in the dirt. It's 2-0. A walk and an error so far in this one. The only South Hamilton base runs. Here comes the 2-0 from Kanealy. This one's popped up down the first base line, and Schuttler's not going to be able to run that one down as it drops just in front of the South Hamilton dugout. Moves the count to 2-1. With 2 outs in the 4th. Coming home is Kanealy. Line drive right up the middle. And this one's going to be a clean single for the first hit of the game for South Hamilton.
what's up? 23?
Now batting number 23, Claire Hewitt.
The first baseman for South Hamilton. Left-handed swinger. With a runner on first. Here comes the first pitch. It's low. Fake steal that time. And getting back to the bag will be Hammerman. Karagyn fired that one down to second base just in case she decided to keep running. Pitch was called the ball as Kanealy's behind in the count 0-1. This time Hammerman is stealing, fires down, and they're going to...
Yeah! Great throw, Karagyn.
And that will end the inning.
In the middle of 4 innings,
After one
South
hit,
Hamilton 1, Perry 4.
Run will not be able to score as South Hamilton has 1 in the game. Perry has 4. We go to the bottom of the 4th here on the Rocky Mountain Radio Sports Network.
Oh, South Hamilton? It's the pitcher, the old pitcher.
So it was
Who's
an
up?
easy substitution
Top of the
there.
lineup.
They just switched the left fielder and the pitchers. So
Leading off the inning for
Hesse
the
step out
Jayettes,
to left
number 9,
field
Kate
now.
Erickson.
First pitch thrown by Hollingsworth, catches the outside corner, so she comes
I
into
couldn't
the
hear what he
game,
said.
fire
I
and
thought he said who's
strikes.
back. Who's at the
That
top?
Kate
Or
Erickson.
where are we in the lineup or something?
Langers has actually pitched more innings than Hesse this year. Kate showing bunt, takes this one on the outside corner. It's out 0-2. 68 innings, giving up 80 runs, 54 of which have been earned, an ERA of 5.50. This one rolls to the plate, an easy take there for Kate, as the count is 1-2. Langers has done a better job of throwing strikes between the 2 right-handers each side. This one
Oh,
as
perfect
she
distance.
stays
Perfect
alive.
distance.
1-2.
What's he not going real?
Langers has 39
Who's that?
strikeouts.
Jimmy
60
Shields,
innings of
the
work
4th.
coming into tonight.
The 4th.
Freshman fires this one in. Kate ready to swing at it. Fly ball to Newberger out in center field. She'll take a couple of steps in. And
Now batting number 8, Aiden Erickson.
See Aiden Erickson step in. She's 0 for 2. Looking for her first hit in this game. She struck out and she's pumped up to the pitcher. First pitch, strike. Lamers gets ahead in the count. That's both hitters she's seen in this one, and she's been able to get a strike call on that first pitch. Eden swinging at this one. Gets off the end of the bat that time, and it will roll foul. Now 0-2. They will need to choke up here and try and stay alive. Lamers fires this one in there, and it's going to be low for a ball. 1-2. Trash still playing even with the bag. As Lamers comes on with this one.
Go, run! Oh.
Why is she pitch low?
She didn't run.
Strike out. And the catcher drops it. And
Now batting number 13, Karagyn Whelchel.
Karagyn Whelchel, 2 for 2 in this game. She's got a double and a single. She's down the batter's box with 2 outs. First pitch swinging, ground ball to Lily Hollingsworth, the shortstop. She fires the first, and that will retire the Jayettes. 1, 2, 3. As we go to the 5th inning, Perry leads 4-1.
Through 4 innings,
Jackson Valley Radio Sports.
South Hamilton 1, Perry 4. Leading off the top of the 5th inning for South Hamilton, number 23, Claire Hewitt.
Hewitt gets into the batter's box. First pitch, low, call the ball, 1-0. Perks playing a couple of steps in front of the third base bag, expecting a bunt here. 1-0 pitch, Hewitt takes this one and catches the outside corner. Good pitch by Kanealy, even things up at 1-1. 1-1 pitch, low, 2-1. Good pitcher's pitch there. You're not going to get hurt too often. Maybe sometimes the umpire will give you that call. Kanealy comes home with this one. Fly ball. Short left field. Dane coming in. Charging hard until makes the play for out number 1.
Now batting number 16, Emma Ammerman.
Catcher for South Hamilton. Right-handed hitter comes into the batter's box. First pitch swinging. Ground ball comes up third. She fields it cleanly over to first, and they're going to get Ammerman by a step for out number 2.
Got it there.
Following tonight,
Now batting number 22, Ellie Newberger.
Tuesday night when Urbandale comes to Perry, he'll be able to join us for Jayette softball that night. And we'll have Blue Jays baseball for you next Thursday against Roland Story. First pitch outside for a ball to Allie Newberger. She flew out to left field in her lone at-bat game. Kanealy comes on with this one. Pop fly on the infield. Peterson, Kanealy, both calling for it, and Peterson makes the play. And that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3. No hits, no runs, no one left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Perry leads 4-1.
Through the middle of the 5th inning, South Hamilton 1, Perry 4.
Ground out to short.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Jayettes, number 1, Taryn Nehring.
Taryn Nehring walked in our first inning. She struck out in our third. See if she tries to lay down a bunt here and reach on an infield single. First pitch catches the outside corner. 0-1. So the senior falls behind in the count here. Lamers firing strikes to the first 4 hitters she's seen. Ground ball towards third. Lily fields it cleanly over to first base, and then just barely get Nehring there. Might need to try somebody else on the infield.
Now batting number 5, Karagyn Whelchel.
Karagyn Whelchel stepping in. She singled and scored a run in our third inning. So far, the third inning is the difference in this one, where Perry scored 3 runs. First pitch to Kanealy, outside for a ball, 1-0. Lamers gets right back on the rubber after falling behind in the count. Kanealy's going to swing at this one. Line drive. It's off the glove of the second baseman. That one gets through. Tough play that time for Flo, ranging towards her left.
Tina.
Now batting number 4, Tina Kanealy.
clean single on that one, as that was a difficult play for the second baseman, and that's the second hit of the game for Cali. And we'll see Tina Kanealy stepping in. Sacrifice bunt last at bat. She takes the first pitch from Lamers. Called a strike on the outside corner. It is 0-1. So Cali gets a big secondary lead. And this pitch is going to be called a strike. So Kanealy now behind in the count 0-2. Rounded out to third. She also laid down a sacrifice bunt. Looking to help out her own cause. With one out in the inning, she swings through this one and she'll strike out. Now 2 outs as Kate Schuttler steps in.
Now batting. Number 10, Kate Schuttler.
Huge single that drove in 2 runs in our 3rd inning by Schuttler. She also scored our first run of the game in a second. First pitch swinging, fouls this one off down the first base line, 0-1. Perry out hitting South Hamilton 7-1. 0-1 pitch to Schuttler. This pitch is going to be low and in the dirt. It's 1-1.
It'd be 0-0 if we didn't have an arrow.
Huh?
Said it would be 0-0 if we didn't, or 0-4 if we didn't have an arrow, but we're ahead.
So Lamers comes home with the 1-1 pitch. This one.
Oh my gosh.
Outside corner. It's now 1-2. This umpire has been inclined to call the outside corner a strike tonight. So Schuttler's got to choke up here to try and stay alive. Off-speed pitch. She puts this one in play to the shortstop. Ammerman, she'll flip the second base, and that will be
Through the end of 5 innings, South Hamilton 1, Perry 4.
Perry gets 1 hit. No runs. No one left on base.
Number 8.
Number 8.
Leading off the top of the 6th inning for South Hamilton, number 8, Stella Martinson.
6th inning as this game is flying by at the Perry Athletic Complex. Kanealy will fire home, working against the bottom of the order. First pitch swinging is Martinson, and it goes under the glove of Kanealy. Peterson fields it, and then ball just slipped out of her hand there. She tried to
would have been
fire
safe
the
anyway.
Now batting number 24,
That will be a base
Alan
bump for
Trask.
Stella Martinson.
Should have been safe anyway.
And South Hamilton has a little something going as they turn things over to the top of the lineup. Trask, the third baseman, who's 0 for 2 steps.
She left
in.
early.
First pitch high
She left
to
away
the
early.
freshman, who's hitting .318 this year. In guys
Green
action,
County did that a
South
bunch, and
Hamilton
then
leads
Emma kept
Perry
yelling,
4-0.
she's leaving early, and the umpire yelled at
Here
her.
comes the
For
pitch
saying
by
that.
Kanealy.
She was like, just
Catches
watch it, and he's
inside
like,
corner. He does
That's
pick
his
up
job
at
or something.
1-1.
she kept going early, she's leaving early, and then he got mad at her.
Kanealy's
Or
done a
the
good job against
third base
the top of the
umpire, or
order
the
here.
first base
They're
umpire
0 for 60
asked him to say
those first 2
something.
times through the lineup. And catching the inside corner here is Kanealy.
Said something to Emma, and then,
Trask was
I
not
don't
a
know, one
fan
of
of
our
that
fans
call.
said, if you don't like it, get it right, and then he turned around and yelled at that guy.
Kanealy fires home with this one, swinging through his
Tina?
Trask, and she'll strike out for a second.
Now batting number 9,
And that is
Sydney
a
Paul.
big first out in this inning. So getting back on the rubber is Kanealy, and she'll be working against the senior second baseman. As she fires this one home, it's going to be fouled back by Flo. Full strike 1. Kanealy moves ahead in the count, 0-1. Just a couple of seniors going at it in this one. Both of their seasons coming to a close in just a couple of weeks. Swinging at this one, fly ball out towards left field. Nehring goes back a little bit, makes the play with 2 hits, and that's the second out of the inning.
Jillian?
Now batting number 7, Jillian Hesse.
Started the game at pitcher, shifted out to left field midway through the game. 0 for 2 so far in this one. She chokes up, swings at the first pitch, it goes straight back, and the count is 0-1. Kanealy getting ahead in the count here. Gave up the leadoff single. They got the next two batters. A strikeout and a hot fly to left field. 0-1 pitch, swung at by Heston. This one straight back, it's now 0-2. Perry leads 4-1 as we play the 6th inning here at the Perry Athletic Complex. Kanealy gets back on the rubber, she'll rock and fire, fly ball out towards center field. Kate coming in for this one, but Peterson's going to get underneath it to make the play. And
In the middle of the 6th inning, South Hamilton 1, Perry 4.
One hit, one runner left on base. No one comes across to score. It's 4-1.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Jayettes. Number 12, Lily Hollingsworth.
Lamers has faced 7 hitters. She's struck out 2 so far, giving up just 1 hit. Hollingsworth takes a pitch outside, and the count is
Probably would have called it a
1-1.
strike anyway.
Trask playing in front of the bag at third. Hollingsworth singled in her last at-bat. She takes a good cut at this one, and it fouls straight back. 0-2 behind in the count. Walked in the second, single and RBI in the third. Strong game for Hollingsworth so far, the designated player. Lamers is 0-2, inside for a ball, now 1-2. Hollingsworth hitting for Addie Perks. Starting third baseman for the Jayettes. 1-2 pitch. This one floats in. Looks like Hollingsworth gave up on it, and that was nearly a strike. Lamers really took something off of that one. Count moves to 2-2. Now this time she goes back to the hard stuff. This one's low, and it's 3-2. So from 0-2 to 3-2, Hollingsworth put together a good battle here. Lamers 3-2 pitch. Bounces before it gets there, and for the third time in this game, Hollingsworth is on base. That's a leadoff walk for the Jayettes. Leadoff walks come around to
We're gonna
score
put in Addie to run
80% of the time.
DP for put in Addie, DP for flex.
We are going to possibly have a pinch hitter here for Perry.
Oh yeah. Jaylyn Robb.
Jaylyn Robb is going to come in.
Batting for the Jayettes.
She's going to hit for Harper Peterson.
18.
Number 18, Jaylyn Robb.
Robb's hitting 125 on the year. First pitch to Robb, taken. Catches the outside corner, 0-1. Robb's been used as a pinch hitter a couple of times this season. She's even been the designated player. We've seen her in the circle against PCM earlier this week. This one fouled back. It's
And last
0-2.
week. Said earlier this week and
Another one
last
of
week.
the 8th graders for the Jayettes that's going to be a part of the future of Coach Olbenzak's program. But right now she's behind in the count 0-2. Lamers comes home.
Nice.
This one she finds the gap in left center. This one rolls all the way to the wall. Going to third base, and they're going to hold up.
Nice.
Hollingsworth there, and that's going to be a pinch hit double.
That'll work.
And the Jayettes are in business to extend their lead
Now
here.
batting number 9, Kate Erickson.
Back to the top of the order, and we're going to have the head coach of the Hawks come out and talk to his squad. Josh Gorman getting out there. So
That fly works
Gorman
too.
gets his message
Just
to
hit it
his
far.
right-handed pitcher and to his defense. As Erickson steps in here, and they're just going
Yeah.
for Walker. So an intentional walk there. We'll load up the bases for Aiden.
Now batting number 8, Aiden Erickson.
First time I've seen that this year.
Aiden Erickson has 6 RBIs on the year.
It's just
Base hit here could give her a couple more. First pitch from Lamers. This one's going to be low. Call the ball, 1-0. It's okay to intentional walk a hitter there, but you can't then fall behind to the next batter. And as the bases are loaded, playing in front of the bag is Trask at third. Erickson swings at this one. Ground ball to Lily Ammerman, the shortstop. She fires this one home. She throws it in the dirt, but Emma Ammerman's there to pick her up and makes the play for the first out.
Now batting number 13, Karagyn Whelchel.
6-2, and that was a near disaster as Lily Ammerman nearly threw that one away. Younger sister was ready to pick her up there. Karagyn coming into the batter's box. The bases remain loaded. First pitch swinging. This one drops in front of the left fielder. One run will come in to score. They're sending Kate in, and she's
safe, yeah.
So Karagyn has her
Dodged
first
it.
hit of the game. She drives in 2 runs with that one, and Perry's lead has been extended to 5.
Now batting number 1, Taryn Nehring.
Taryn Nehring will step in with 1 out and runners on third and second, and she swings through the first pitch 0-1. Karagyn Whelchel 3 for 4 in this game. She's driven in 2 runs. She's standing on second base. A base hit here by Taryn Nehring could extend this lead even more. She'll take this pitch, and it's now 0-2. Lamers ahead in the count 0-2. Comes home with this one.
Nice.
Fly ball up the middle. This one's going to be caught, and both runners have to retreat in a bat
my, that was
win,
lucky.
Yeah.
or they would have had Karagyn at ease at second base. They do get the second out.
Now batting number
on
5,
the line
Kelly
drive.
Whelchel.
Karagyn thought for sure that ball was going to drop. She was halfway to third base, and then she had to hightail it back. Good thing it was a bad throw by Newberger. Stepping in is Callie.
Called that strike the whole
Takes the first pitch outside
game.
for a ball. 1-0. Lamers will rock and fire. Ground ball right back to her. She builds her position and over to first base. So Perry gets 2 hits in the inning. They add
The
on
end of
4
6
runs,
innings.
and they
South
lead
Hamilton
2
1,
on
Perry
base.
6.
It's 6-1 as we go to the top of the 7th here on the Raccoon Valley Radio Sports Network.
Now batting number 4, Emma Lammers.
Emma Lamers, Lily Ammerman, and Claire Hewitt. Kanealy back on the rubber. She'll rock and fire. Ground ball down the third baseline foul. As Kanealy gets ahead in the count 0-1. Kanealy back on the rubber, ahead in the count. Pop fly out for
Somebody get
center
that.
field. Coming in is Kate. She gets underneath it and she
Yeah.
makes the play for out number 1.
One's up. 13.
Yeah.
Now batting number 13, Lily
Stepping
Ammerman.
into the batter's box. Reached on an error. She's also singled in this game. Parks playing in front of the bag at third. First pitch, fouled straight back as it looked like Kanealy took something off of that one. And a good cut that time by Ammerman. Perry leads 6-1. Kanealy has struck out 5 hitters in this game so far. She'll rock and fire. This pitch just inside. Jumping out of the way that time was Ammerman. Only surrendering 2 hits so far tonight. She scattered both of them. This pitch outside for a ball, 2-1. The run that scored in this one, an unearned run as we had an error by Kate Schuttler at first base. So a strong senior night performance so far for Kanealy. Comes on
Nice.
the pitch is Lily Ammerman. It's now 2-2.
I think 6 strikeouts is her career high, and she gets 1 out.
As Kanealy rocks and fires with this one, it's a ground ball, but it's going to go foul down the third baseline. 2-2, the count remains. On deck is Claire Hewitt. She has a sac fly and an RBI. She also flew out to left field. Kanealy will rock and fire. This pitch stays high. You can take this for Hammerman. Count runs full.
Go straight to
Just 1 walk so far in this game, surrendered by Kanealy. She'll come home with the 3-2. Popped up and out of play. We'll keep it 3-2. Wind has completely stopped now in Perry, and this pops right down the third baseline. This one's going to get out of play, so a good battle here between Lily Hammerman and Tina Kanealy. With 1 out in the top of the 7th, Perry 2 outs away from grabbing another victory. They're coming off a win over Nevada on Wednesday night, 12-2. Good offensive performance by the Jayettes. 3-2 pitch, ground ball towards third, and it's going to find the hole in between Karagyn Whelchel. And that's going to be the third hit of the game.
Now batting number 23, Claire Hewitt.
And Lily Hammerman has 2 of them. She tried to steal back in the 4th inning, and Karagyn gunned her down. Claire Hewitt, the left-handed hitter, steps in. The only lefty in this lineup for South Hamilton. She'll take the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, she's going to try and steal again.
Kanealy taking her time, getting back on the rubber. She'll rock and fire this one once again. Off the plate, called a ball. It's now 2-0. And Emma's going to come out and talk to Kanealy here. Trying to clean up some of the mound there for her pitcher. Lamers does do a lot of damage out there with her back foot as she slides it forward. So they're just trying to clean that up right now. Not really sure that's necessarily allowed in the middle of the inning. I'm going to try and do that at the top of the inning. So
She took time, I guess.
before you even start. Here comes the 2-0 pitch
Watch it be a
from
strike.
Kanealy. Swung at, ground ball right up the middle. Back-to-back hits for the Hawks. Have a rally going as they trail by 5.
Who's that?
Just hit it right back
22?
where it came from.
16.
Now batting number 16,
Emma
Emma
Hammerman stepping
Hammerman.
in. She's one of the 5 strikeouts that Kanealy's gotten in this game. She's also grounded out to Parks at third. First pitch coming home. This one bounces before it gets to the plate, and the count's 1-0. Kanealy was making quick work of this team so far, but she's given up 2 hits in the 7th inning and has gotten herself into some trouble. And swinging at this one, deep fly ball out towards left field. Nehring's going to run into foul territory and make the play. So that was a deep fly ball. And Nehring was able to run that one down for out number 2. Nehring's been pretty busy in this game tracking down fly balls.
12 pinch hitting.
Number 12.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. So instead of seeing Alex
Bristol.
Newberger,
Bristol Ferry.
we're going to see Bristol Ferry.
Now batting number 12, Bristol Ferry.
Right-handed hitter steps into the batter's box.
Sahi.
First pitch swung through. Behind the count, 0-2.
Bless you.
Ferry just has 2 at-bats on the year. She's 1 for 2. Here comes the pitch. The 8th grader swings through this one. It's now 0-2. Definitely getting her money's worth up there, swinging at the first 2 pitches of the AD. And Kanealy's 1 strike away from ending this game. Kanealy rocks and fires, overthrows this one high for a ball. It's now 1-2. Lily Ammerman standing on second base. Claire Hewitt standing on first base after back-to-back singles with one out in our second. Kanealy comes home with this one, fouled back by Ferry, and she'll stay alive, and the count remains 1-2. So we'll do it again. Playing in front of the bag at third is Perks. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Kanealy pitch is just low. Called the ball. Really good pitcher's pitch there. You won't get hurt too often, and the umpire will give you a strike call there every so long. Here comes the 2-2.
Yeah! Now, Tina!
To win the game, and that is a new career record for Kanealy. 6 strikeouts tonight. She has gotten
That's the
5
end of
on
the
a
game.
couple
Your final
of
score,
occurrences this year.
South Hamilton 1,
Picks
Perry
up
6.
the 6th one here to win it for the Jayettes, 6-1. And that is the 6th win of the season. Perry improves to 6-8-1. They're now 6-7 in conference lead. And on the other side, South Hamilton. This is Perry Jayette softball.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Like you said, that is Tina's career high strikeouts with 6. She's had 5 in, I believe, 2 of the last 3 games, or 2 of the last 4 maybe. But yeah, congrats to Tina on that. And we will be back on Monday at Grandview Christian. We will see you then. Thanks for watching.